Good morning. It is Thursday, March 26th, and I am going to finish reading you our book, Koala Lou, and we're going to do our writing together. So here we go. Koala Lou. Now, I didn't finish the book, so I hope that you were thinking about how it might end, because good readers make predictions. Here we go. There once was a baby koala, so soft and round that all who saw her loved her. Her name was Koala Lou. The emu loved her, the platypus loved her, and even tough little Koala Claus next door loved her. But it was her mother who loved her most of all. 100 times a day she would laugh and shake her head and say, "Koala Lou, I do love you." Whenever she stretched in the early morning sun, or climbed a gum tree, or bravely went down the path all by herself, her mother would smile and say, "Koala Lou, I do love you." The years passed and other koalas were born, brothers and sisters for Koala Lou. Soon her mother was so busy she didn't have time to tell Koala Lou that she loved her, although of course she did. I want you to look at the picture. It looks like the author just told us what the problem in the story is. Can you think of what the problem in the story is? If I go back to the text, I'm going to listen to hear. The years passed and other koalas were born, brothers and sisters for Koala Lou. Soon her mother was so busy she didn't have time to tell Koala Lou that she loved her. I think that might be the problem in the story. Although of course she did. Look at Koala Lou's face. How do you think she's feeling right now? Every night, as she curled up under the stars, Koala Lou thought about the times when her mother had looked at her and said, "Koala Lou, I do love you," and she longed for her to say it again. One night, Koala Lou had a splendid idea. Preparations had begun for the Bush Olympics. Do you remember what we said the Olympics were? It's a big sporting event. She would enter the Olympics. She would compete in the gum tree climbing event, and she would win, and her mother would fling her arms around her neck and say again, "Koala Lou, I do love you." Koala Lou began her training right away. She jogged and puffed and lifted weights and panted. She hung from a branch with one claw. She hung from a branch with one claw at a time till she ached. She did push-ups till her stomach hurt, and last of all, she climbed the tallest tree that she could find over and over and over again. Sometimes her mother would watch her and ask, "How you going, Blossom?" "Fine, just fine," Koala Lou would reply. At last, the day of the Bush Olympics arrived. Koala Claus had also entered the gum tree climbing event, and everyone knew how fast she was. But Koala Lou wasn't scared. She saw her mother in the crowd and imagined her saying again, "Koala Lou, I do love you," and her heart filled with hope. It was Koala Claus who went first. Her climb was a record-breaking 22 meters in 70 seconds flat. The spectators whistled and cheered and wildly waved their party hats. Can I do better than that? Wondered Koala Lou. I must. As she stepped towards the tree, a hush fell over the crowd. On your mark, said the kookaburra. Get set, go. Koala Lou leapt onto the tree. Up and up and up she climbed, higher and higher and higher, faster and faster and faster, until there she was, right at the very top. The spectators roared and clapped and stamped their feet. But she wasn't fast enough. In spite of all of her training and all her hoping, it was Koala Claus who won the gum tree climbing. Koala Lou came in second. Koala Lou went off and hid. She heard the shouts of the Bush Olympics and cried her heart out. Do you remember why Koala Lou wanted to win the Bush Olympics? If we think back to the beginning of the story, remember Koala Lou, let me find a page here. Koala Lou is trying to get her mother to say I love you because she thinks that maybe her mom doesn't love her anymore. When the first stars of evening appeared in the sky, Koala Lou crept home through the dark and up into the gum tree. Her mother was waiting for her. Before she could say a word, her mother had flung her arms around her neck and said, Koala Lou, I do love you. I always have, and I always will. And she hugged her for a very long time. The end. So did it matter to Koala Lou's mother if she came in first place? No, her mother loved her anyway. Sometimes mommies and daddies can be busy, but it doesn't mean that they don't love you. They're just busy with things. They always love you. And she was just proud of Koala Lou for doing her best. All right, that's our book for today. We are going to go into our writing. I'll get it here. And today the writing says, think of a time when you felt frustrated. Frustrated is a word that we've talked about before. Can you remember what it is? Yeah, when you're frustrated, you might be starting to get angry or mad or annoyed. But think of a time when you felt frustrated. And we are going to write the sentence, I was frustrated when, and I'm going to write, I drew a picture already. You can see it here. I was frustrated when I had to clean my room. Ooh, let's count how many words that we have there. I was frustrated when I had to clean my room. Let's count. I was frustrated when there's 5. Let's see. Had to clean my room. That's a lot of words. We'll count them one more time. I was frustrated when I had to clean my room. Yep, I still get 10. So I went here and I drew my 10 spaces. Can you see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I made sure to leave space in between each word. Now, I already drew my picture, and I put details in. Do you remember what details are? The details help tell our main idea. So I drew a picture of my room, I drew a dresser, a bed. I drew me, Mrs. Tattlebaum. I drew my books, which are all over the floor. And I wrote the word frustrated. We're going to write it together. So here, let me get my pencil out. I. Everybody here should know how to spell I. It is a sight word. So go ahead and write I on the first line. I was is a sight word. It should be on your sight word list. You can also look up here. It's right here on your paper. I was frustrated. Frustrated is a big word. It's also right here on your paper. You can look right here to copy it. Or if you want to try to sound it out, you can do that too. We know that frustrated begins with a f. What letter makes the f sound? F. F makes the f sound. Oh, I know I need an R. Frustrated. That's a big word. You can look at mine for a minute, but you should have that word on your paper, and I don't really mind if you spell it right or not. I just want you to put down the sounds that you hear. So I'm going to keep going. I was frustrated when is a sight word. It should be on your sight word sheet, but it's also up here, once again on your page, when. I'll write that. I want you to look at my letters. I only have an uppercase letter at the beginning of the sentence. Everything else should still be lowercase because it's in the middle of a sentence. So go through on your paper and look to make sure that all of your words have lowercase letters. I was frustrated when we know how to spell the word I. I'm going to go ahead and put it right here. And that one's a capital I because it's the word, which is always a capital. I was frustrated when I had. I think we can stretch this word out. Had. What do I need first? H. I was frustrated when I had. Did you say A? Had. D. I hope you said D. I was frustrated when I had to clean my room. Ooh, we're almost there. Two is a sight word. I was frustrated when I had to. You could look at your sight word list. Clean. Ooh, we don't know how to spell that one, so we're going to stretch it out. Clean. Cool. I'm going to put a C and an L. Cool. E. Cool. It's another N. I was frustrated when I had to clean my. Remember, my is that sight word, and even though you want to write M-I, it's not. It's M-Y. Clean my room. What's the first sound you hear? Ooh. There are two letters that make the ooh sound. Do you remember what they are? O and O make ooh. Room, I still have to add one more letter. Room, M. Whew, that is a long sentence. I was frustrated when I had to clean my room. What do I need? I still have to put something in there. I hope you said period. I have to end my sentence with punctuation. Whew. And there you have it. I think you should look at your sentence. Do you have an uppercase letter at the beginning of your sentence? Do you have spaces in between your words? Do you have all lowercase letters except for the I's? And check at the very end, make sure that you put your period. That's all we'll be doing today. I hope you had fun.